All right. Okay, we're back. All right, I'm sorry. OBS decided that it wasn't having it for a second. We're back. But yeah, we were talking about Talon Time. The what would be difficult to do? I would love to have like fucking Akhenaten universe merch. Like it wouldn't be something to be able to do on Redbubble. There's a few different like ideas that I have. One of them is based off of fucking science project that I made for a science fair in like sophomore year. Where wait, let me put me back up. Yeah, I made a project for sophomore year where it was just like a little string that was attached to a board that like amplified it. And I would just tap it on the different harmonic points, like I marked them with a pencil, just to talk about it. You like this was the bare minimum thing that I came up with in high school because it was like I don't have to learn anything. But I want to do something like that, some kind of like harmonic, like just only harmonic, like resonant thing that would be like styled like Akhenaten.
Oh, nice.
Doing a clock that's an 8-hour clock with like a thing in the middle that's 24 hours that tells you which third you're in.
Mm-hmm.
I'd want to do something like that. And then Jared's got that shit talker tuning, and I can totally see like an Akhenaten instrument that has that tuning, just like that 4-string thing that I fuck with on stream sometimes. But that's like a ways off. I would, when we have like a franchise going and a way to commission mass production of that kind of shit, we'll get there, maybe. But that's shit I have in mind.
Hell yeah. Different, like, alternate subdivisions of time are a thing I'm really into. Because, like, on the scale of a day, we generally sleep about 8 hours, and we work about 8 hours, and we goof off for about 8 hours if things are going ideally, right? So, obviously, we divide the day into 2 sets of 12 hours.
Yeah.
That's dumb. And the way we structure our year is ridiculous. We've got 365 days divided up into 7-day weeks. You can't divide 365 by 7. 365 divides by 1 in itself, and 73 and 5. So I came up with another calendar that has 12 months. The first 11 months have 30 days each. The last one has 35. Every week is 5 days long. And whenever I say that to people, they say, oh, so you cut out the weekend? It's like, man, I'm cutting 2 days out of the week. You think I'm leaving, like, taking away the 2 good ones?
God.
But, yeah, 30-day months, 5-day weeks. Every month it's 6 days long. Or, no, excuse me, 6 weeks long. I can words. And when you do have to have a leap year, because you do have to have a leap year, that leap day gets tacked on. It's the last day of the year, and it isn't one of the days of the week. It's just leap day, meaning every calendar can be the same every year. You never have to change it. You buy one calendar, it's your thing, it works.
My stream post wasn't fucking big enough. I gotta make another one. Hang on. Tech difficulties. Streams of now. Fuck. Fuck. Jesus. Can't type.
What do you mean?
I don't know what I mean. There's another thing we're gonna do. So we're working on an EP/album. We're just gonna see how many songs we come up with this, or for this. But wait, is that? No, share that now. Share it. Do it. Okay. We're gonna see how many songs we come up with, but we're gonna do an EP, and one of the things that we want to do and probably release in some official, unofficial capacity is just we're just gonna fuck with the songs.
Yeah.
We're gonna get them done, and then we're gonna go back in and just be funny about them. I think there was one thing when on stream one time when in the last bit of weed joke I just changed the fucking I'm feeling the vapors too. I'm eating some paper. Paper. And, that kind of, that, between that and, you don't really mean what you're saying when you're saying what you really mean. We just kind of thought, like, let's just fuck.
Let's just do it.
Let's just fuck with this.
I lost my shit at the paper line. Obviously, I wasn't here for that. Oh my god. I actually did that once. I actually just got lit and ate paper. I was very hungry. I had no access to food, no way to get anywhere, and it was like my second or third time joking about weed, let's say.
Yeah.
And I said screw it, and I grabbed a piece of paper and ripped off the corner, and man, this cupcake is crunchy. Shit. Good times, good times. So when I heard that, I don't think you knew about that story at the time.
I maybe vaguely remember it, but I wasn't thinking of it.
Right. But I came in and I heard that, I was like, I am eating some paper. Paper.
Yeah. So there's gonna be a B-sides thing. It might be like a Patreon exclusive thing. So we'll see about that. We got a whole fucking 6 people watching.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. See, I'm feeling like Twitter isn't cooperating. I'm feeling like, okay, no, it's got this now. It's like my own post. All right. So let's get more into mixing some stuff. We have let's see. Okay, where's that hiss coming from? It's closed. Where? It's not there. There's some hiss coming through there. That's all. That's really old. Up. What the fuck? No, okay, we're here. Okay, it was just being difficult. Right, that's current chat. Fuck. Why? That's wrong. Okay. Okay, what was that harmony? What was that harmony you wanted to put in the bridge? Here. If you can just ignore the awful aftertaste at least. That? Okay.
Beauteous.
I can try throwing that in right now. If you can just ignore the awful aftertaste it leaves.
And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I think it'll give it some interesting harmonic interplay.
Just ignore. Yeah, I'll hear how it works, and I might adjust the others if it ends up working with the lead. If you can just ignore the awful. Okay. Stress. Wait, where is it? If you can just. You can just ignore the awful aftertaste it leaves. You could just ignore the awful aftertaste it leaves. You can just ignore the awful aftertaste it leaves. More. You can just ignore the awful aftertaste it leaves. Okay. Eating your own homework.
It wasn't even the first time homework had been eaten in that class.
Oh my god.
Fucking legendary. Good. One time I was assigned to write a sentence about, like, bravery. I wrote no. Or, no, not about bravery. What is it? About taking risks. No. I got a point.
You got a point?
Out of 1, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Got
good.
that point.
That's
I
meta.
didn't mean to. I just didn't like that teacher. Didn't want to do it, but they thought it was funny. So
I was in a homeschool co-op, and we all hated this teacher so much we just do shit and hope she gets pissed enough to leave.
Good.
Oh my god. What is a homeschool co-op? Hated this teacher so much. I've never... what is a homeschool co-op? Like, is it just like a small group of... Like a small, like, personal group of people learning? Like, or is it... Like, is it like private tutorship? Like, I've never heard of... Because usually when I think of homeschool, I don't think of, like, a teacher and other people.
yeah. I mean, that's something you can do if you're homeschooled. You can hire somebody to come in and explain the necessary curriculum to you.
Right, right.
But I have no idea what the hell a co-op is. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, in the context of a homeschool thing. I'm curious about that. I went to a charter school that was technically like, it was basically like a Catholic school but free. We all had to wear uniforms and like strict dress codes and shit like that. We're a small group of homeschoolers, and we would on occasion hire to. Okay. Interesting. So it's like a school of people. Interesting. You know, I feel like that would work, like, because we've also talked about, like, you know, because the public school system just kind of is slowly decaying because of government neglect. Like, we've talked before also about, like ideas behind how to, you know, keep kids educated without relying on public school if they get to the point where they're like literally not teaching you anything. Yeah. That seems like a homeschool co-op. That seems like a more like practical way to like educate, honestly. Interesting.
Okay.
It's okay. So it sort of follows the melody. So this is interesting, but half the notes are unison. Yeah. Okay. And it does fit with the other stuff that's there already, so. Hell yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted, because you're right, half of it's unison, but it goes like
It goes around it.
Yes. And that was the point. Effect achieved.
And you could probably just do that part instead of the lead when we do it live.
Yeah.
And there's something in the chorus that I wanted to do too. It was also started on unison, but like. We are not beholden to. Wait. We are not. We are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. We are not beholden to. I think it was that. We are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. I want to try that. We are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. We are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. We are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. We are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. That was a mistake. We are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. One more like that. We are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. Okay, got it. And then I can cut that. Peek before. Ha! Tulips. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome. Alright, let's hear how that sounds in context. Huh?
You know what's better than roses on your piano?
What?
Tulips in your live stream.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for throwing a tulip on my live stream. Single flower on stage. Or tulips, it's plural. I believe I saw you join the Discord chat earlier. Welcome. This is very hard to hear. Okay, I'm just gonna replace. Listen to that. There's like one note. It's the two in Beholden to that has what I was looking for. very quiet.
So I'm telling you, we are not beholden to.
Okay, you heard it.
Yes.
It's very subtle. I might bring that up in mixing, but
That's good though. I like
Yeah.
that. That gives it a little bit of Shit, what's that Italian word? Portatura.
appoggiatura. Yeah,
I want to remember that word. It's a good word.
because it's a half note too.
Yeah.
We are not
Technique we
beholden
use a
to.
lot. It's a technique we use a lot.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's good to
shit.
know what it's called.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
You gotta take off.
Yeah.
All right.
So thank you for everything.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for tracking the rest of the stuff.
Nah, thanks everybody.
Jared's taking off.
Dad sounds.
Hell yeah. I'm excited for this.
Me too.
People are saying this might become. Mert says this might become their new favorite song. So Jared actually wrote this. This is less from me, and more of just me kind of producing and fucking with a bunch of Jared's ideas. So, and most of the changes that have been made to this have been Jared's ideas so far. So, yeah. That's the
fun.
Yeah, that's the thing about because y'all know, with my shit I said forever that like I kind of ran out of stuff to say, and like just having being able to like bounce off of like your stuff is like really helpful, and it is like opening a whole new fucking like compositional and like production, like a second wind basically, and so I'm really excited for this. We're looking at either the end of the year or beginning of next year for releasing this, and it's going to be called The Green Blues.
The Green Blues.
Yeah.
Orange used to be called Yellow Red. I feel like we're doing it a little better.
Yeah. I'm gonna, I'll walk you out. I'm gonna start this plan just so let's. I'm gonna play for you guys what we have so far of this song, and I will be right back. See you around. Well, see you in like 3 minutes.
Fixture us existed. So I'm telling you, we are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. Tried and true ain't going anywhere, or you wouldn't still be there. The way things are is not the way they have to be.
Okay, I'm doing that. I'm doing that thing I just did.
The way things are is not the way they have to be. You can eat disaster and devour fallacies. Ignore the awful aftertaste it leaves. Nothing left but the fruits of life to eat.
Okay.
Things are is not the way they have to be. You can eat disaster and devour fallacies. Ignore the awful aftertaste it leaves. Nothing left but the fruits of life to eat. Ignore the awful aftertaste it leaves. Nothing left but the fruits of life to eat.
Yeah. Song gets me pumped. That's the thing is, you know, we're stuck sort of a lot of places where you have better political opportunities to make, you know, bigger differences and bigger changes, are mostly restricted to like some of the richer, more populous areas. And it's one of those things where it's like we can go to marches, we can go to you know, we can phone bank for politicians and stuff. We can get involved in the ways we can. I'm, you know, gearing up a few things to get a little bit involved in local politics for one reason or another. But you know, it kind of just exists at a point where that should I said it in mistake, like, you know, where the fuck is the lack of rebellious punk? Like, where the hell is all the rebellious punk? You know, we at least we have a lot of fucking feelings about this shit, and so, you know, you can't just sit around with those fucking feelings. Gotta let them out. All right, and then obsolete and old and fused. Tried and true ain't going anywhere. If the tried and true is going anywhere. okay, I gotta do that.
You never wanted all of this, long since been here. Lot of us existed, telling you we are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. Tried and true ain't going anywhere. If the tried and true is going anywhere. you wouldn't still be there. You wouldn't still be there. You wouldn't still be there. You wouldn't still be there.
Okay, got enough of those. Alright, now to do another.
You never wanted all of this. Long since been here. A lot of us existed. Telling you we are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. Tried and true ain't going anywhere. Tried and true is going anywhere.
I literally moved my arm, and because of the way that affected the muscles in my throat, it dropped the pitch, and I wasn't expecting that. I gotta stand. I will stand for this. Ha! Oh jeez, what did I do? How did I get this? Oh jeez. I'm wrestling serpents. My true sign is an Ophiuchus. Okay.
You never wanted all of this.
A little higher.
You never wanted all of this. Long since been here. A lot of us existed. Telling you we are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. Tried and true ain't going anywhere. Tried and true was going anywhere. You wouldn't still be there.
God. Wah! Alright, now let's do something hard. Okay, so at the end of the chorus, I have a line that's, where is it? All right, so let's do the ending take of that, which I probably will not be able to hold for as long, but let's go for it. It's right, that's right, that's true, ain't going anywhere. Beholden to obsolete and old views. It's right, that's true, ain't going anywhere. It's right, that's true, ain't going anywhere. Not beholden to obsolete and old views. Tried it to ain't going anywhere. Tried it to what's going anywhere. We are not beholden to obsolete and old views. Tried it to ain't going anywhere. Tried it to what's going anywhere. We are not beholden to obsolete and old views. Tried it to what's going anywhere. Tried it to what's going anywhere. Okay. Golden to Jared describes this as an absurdist punk ending.
You wouldn't still be there.
One thing I want to see if I can change is grabbing, if I can have it grab the symbol at the end. Psh, just grab it. Other one. Alright, now there's some low vocals I gotta do. Create.
Even though it keeps you up at night, there isn't anything to do but stay and fight. And keep on cleaning messes you weren't even there to make. You never wanted all of that. And even though it isn't right, that other people's problems became your plight. Tasked with fixing issues. Even though it isn't right, other people's problems became your plight. With fixing issues that you didn't help create. Even though it keeps you up at night, there isn't anything to do but stay and fight. Keep on cleaning messes you weren't even there to make. Even though it isn't right, other people's problems became your plight. With fixing issues that you didn't help create.
Sounds.
Even though it isn't right, that other people's problems became your plight. With fixing issues that you didn't help create. Even though it keeps you up at night, there isn't anything to do but stay and fight. Keep on cleaning messes you weren't even there to make. Even though it isn't right, that other people's problems became your plight. Made to learn the rules when you want for playing games. Even though it keeps you up at night, there isn't anything to do but stay and fight. Be better served to work when cheats won't take the blame. Even though it isn't right, that other people's problems became your plight. Made to learn the rules when you ain't one for playing games. Even though it keeps you up at night, there isn't anything to do but stay and fight. Be better served to work when cheats won't take the blame.
One more.
Even though it isn't right, other people's problems became your plight. Need to learn the rules when you ain't one for playing games. Even though it keeps you up at night, there isn't anything to do but stay and fight. Be better served to work when cheats won't take the blame. Cheats won't take the blame. Even though it keeps you up at night, there isn't anything to do but stay and fight. Be better served to work.
Nope. I'm gonna record up here. Alright. ASMR. Interesting.
Even though it isn't right, that other people's problems became your plight. Need to learn the rules when you ain't one for playing games. Even though it keeps you up at night, there isn't anything to do but stay and fight. Be better served to work when cheats won't take the blame. Even though it isn't right, other people's problems became your plight. Need to learn the rules when you ain't one for playing games. Even though it keeps you up at night, there isn't anything to do but stay and fight. Be better served to work when cheats won't take the blame. isn't right. Other people's problems became your plight. Need to learn the rules when you want for playing games. Even though it keeps you up at night, there isn't anything to do but stay and fight. We better serve the work. Sheets won't take the blame.
Okay. You never wanted all of this.
A lot of us existed, but I'm telling you, we are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. The tried and true ain't going anywhere.
Alright, I'm just gonna double Jared's vocals on here too. Just because I had a take here earlier that doesn't really sync up to his.
You never wanted all of this. You never wanted all of this. But it's long since been here, well before the lot of us existed. So I'm telling you, we are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. The tried and true ain't going anywhere, or you wouldn't still be there. You never wanted all of this, but it's long since been here, well before the lot of us existed. So I'm telling you, we are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. The tried and true ain't going anywhere, or you wouldn't still be there. You never wanted all of this, but it's long since been here, well before the lot of us existed. So I'm telling you, we are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. The tried and true ain't going anywhere, or you wouldn't still be there. You never wanted all of this, but it's long since been here, well before the lot of us existed. So I'm telling you, we are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. The tried and true ain't going anywhere, or it wouldn't still be there.
That was kind of off, but I got 3 good ones.
wouldn't still be there.
Okay.
One for playing games. Though it keeps you up at night, there isn't anything to do but stay and fight. Cheats won't take the blame. You never wanted all of this, but it's long since been here. The lot of us existed, so I'm telling you, we are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. Tried and true ain't going anywhere. Yeah. The way things are is not the way they have to be. You can need disaster and devour fallacies. Can just ignore the awful aftertaste it leaves. There'll be nothing left but the fruits of life to eat. Well, you never wanted all of this. We are not beholden to obsolete and old views. Tried and true ain't going anywhere. Tried
Welcome. Welcome back. I'm fucking with the guitar now, or the acoustic guitar now. Whoa. Okay. There we go. We are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. Yeah. And then I'll fade that out. Oh, in the time you were gone, Jared, I did an octave double over the top, just so I could get a long sustaining note over yours. I got a couple actually. So. Okay, I'm actually gonna fade these out. I have them mostly taken over by... I also have the dry signal goes down and the reverb signal goes up over the course of your thing. So by the time you get to the end of yours, it's all like reverb.
You wouldn't still be there.
And that ending is fucking fantastic. Let me bring these up. Let me just take these. This track here. Or no, let's take each one of these individually. Volume. Volume. And this one too. Okay. And then after, I also put in at the end of this, I put in a cymbal catch so that the cymbals stop, but that doesn't have to be there. Okay, it's crash. There's still a little bit of ring in there that I want to get rid of. Cymbal catch is a good call. Okay. Just to give it that psh, psh. Right, so that whole ending plays out like... Oh, I'm gonna be evil. Hang on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna be really evil. So I don't want to lower any of these because the buses will fuck with them. I keep muting this. This is fucking muted. Why is it not? Why is it still playing sounds? Stop it. Oh, it's playing. It's playing on the fucking TV. That's why. Mute. Don't need you. Okay. Flies. Okay, so we have the stereo out.
You wouldn't still be there. You.
No, I have an idea. There's a better way to do it. Just take this whole thing. And just give it the illusion of a fade out.
You wouldn't still be there.
That's what I wanted to do. Have it actually sound like it's fading out. And then just fade it right the fuck back up.
You wouldn't still be there.
That's really good. Especially just that fucking buzz at the end. Where is that? Where is that? Is that on the bass? Your kid's gonna replace me. 20 years.
You wouldn't still be there.
I like that little click at the end. I think that's just in the vocals.
Still be there.
Alright. That's what I intended. There's the intent. Alright. Start with the beginning now. I do not want to. I don't want to round there. I want that to be in sync.
you wouldn't still be there.
Alright, so 30... Yeah, 37 is where I need to be. Okay, I gotta do something here. You know what I'm gonna do. Wow! Wow! Okay. Wow! Dude! Okay, hold on. God. Wow! You've never wanted all of this! Well, before the lot of us existed, we are not beholden to obsolete and no confused. Anywhere. I have that already. See you around, Fennel. Wow! If I could get a fucking AC/DC, wow! In there. Wow! You've never wanted all of this. Strong sex behavior. Lot of us existed. I'm telling you. Wow! Could I request we leave some room in that ending? There's a lot of fucking room there. I don't know if I have to leave any. You're talking in the fade out, right? Or do you mean like in the harmonies? We go low and fatten the chord up. Like where? Inside and so ain't going anywhere. And again, if you want to like record that over at your folks' place and like send that raw file, you can do that too. But I mean, I can always make more tracks, and I can always fuck with these. I'm gonna probably chop some of the harmonies out just so that they punch the right lines more. Okay, in the harmonies, that makes sense. Okay. Let's throw that down the octave low. That's me putting the one there that was supposed to be there. Oh my god, there's a whole fucking skit we could do with the ending of this if we play it live.
Wouldn't still be there.
You could have fucking... Okay. It would be really funny if we did this live and you ended it, like, you held that note for whatever, and then I just went off and did, like, some fucking Christina Aguilera shit with it, and then you just looked at me until I stopped, and then, like, the moment I stopped, just do the, you wouldn't still be there, and then we just come back in for that. I mean, I made a thread about this on Twitter. About like people always ask like, why isn't this more popular? Why isn't this, part of it's sharing it, part of it's making sure the right people see it. But anyone who's famous is because of luck. Dumb luck. Lil Nas X was contacted by someone who helped them with their upward momentum by giving them advice. And that person had been a marketer for a bunch of other different Billboard hits, right? Billboard artists. And all the people that just listening to the story of like Ninja Sex Party when I went to see them live last night, it's all dumb luck. It's all dumb luck. And this is fun. This is fun, and I've gotten lucky enough that we can do this kind of stuff and still pull a living and at least some side cash out of it. But it's fun, it's art, it's expression, and like the thing for me has always been I want to sound better. I always want to sound better. I'm gonna keep doing this regardless of who's finds me or not. And I try to get things in front of people's eyes, and I try to show things to people, but it's sort of hard to explain stuff unless the right set of eyes and the right set of ears like find you at the right time. Like that's just the way the world works. And I've accepted that. I don't have a problem with not being famous. It would be cool to play bigger shows. It would be fucking amazing to see like bigger arenas. It would be cool to hear my music in bigger projects than fucking Homestuck, even though that's crazy enough. It would be cool to be famous. Absolutely. But that can't be it's really tiring to like dwell on that sort of thought, like why am I not famous? Why do people not see this? Who cares? Shit's fun. Can you come back right quick? Absolutely. I'm here. Do you wanna just come back and record more harmonies? You're welcome to. You can give me a chance to run upstairs and grab my mug. This is fucking absurd. I just want to pull this up again. This is fucking crazy. This is absolutely absurd. This is fucking ridiculous. I'm so excited for Wednesday. God, am I so excited for Wednesday. There's a few people who have asked me to stream, I don't know. I know when one is supposed to be. I know when mine is supposed to be, and I know there's one after mine that's later. I think Paul might show up to mine. We might have a Carcat party. If we could find, see, it would be funny if we did the Broadway Carcat thing, and on the Pester Quest stream, if we got every fucking Carcat that we could like remember and get them all in a call. But I don't think that'll be possible. I think all of us have drifted too far away. But I will be on, I believe, at least 2 streams. Probably 3. Anyway. Let's see. Is there anything else I wanted to show off? No, I think that's it. Just 1,000 screaming car cats. It would be funny. It would be funny to just tag team car cat. God. Did Ryan Phantom? No, I have not heard from Ryan Phantom. I have not talked to Ryan Phantom. I put out a post just saying like, hey, if you want me to come on. And there were a couple of people that asked and took me up on that. But I have not spoken to Ryan Phantom. There's still time. Depends on when Ryan's streaming. Pretty soon, I'm going to have some lines to send out to have some people read for the end of the next Etc.verse thing. And Paul has a role in it. So it's sort of like it's not even pity. It's more of just I'm upset that like you have this voice and I have this voice and we're like restricted to the same character. And like I wanted to write something where, you know, we can have where I can have Paul do Paul and have Paul be, you know, a character, and then I have, you know, my own like fucking different character, and like, you know, I just want to experience that, because Paul has a cool voice. Oh, I should unlock the front door, because I don't know if Jared's coming back. Be right back. Here, listen to this.
Not beholden to obsolete and olden views. Tried and true ain't going anywhere. You wouldn't still be there. The way things are is not.
What? I don't know what Voxus is doing now, but there have always been, especially in like later stuff, there's always really long gaps between stuff. It's crazy to think I recorded all of Kankri like 4 years ago for them. That's almost time. Time moves fast. God. Like people ain't getting paid. Like Homestuck is really big, right? Homestuck is fucking huge. And like Voxus, they're trying to do all that shit for free. First off, casting any fan project back in the day was impossible because there's 32 fucking characters. Hello? I heard air pressure change. Somebody here? Hello? I'm hearing footsteps. Hello? Hello. Jared's here. Playing the stream back. It's that far behind?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Alright. Can you turn that off?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Might be. I'm trying to get caught up, and then I realized, oh, it's still going.
Yeah, we're
You
here.
are doing that right now.
Yeah. You are caught up. Welcome.
Hello.
You're caught up. You're more caught up than they are.
Fuck.
By like 3 seconds.
Woo.
Alright. So, you wanted to do extra vocal harmonies?
Yeah.
Alright. Then I'm gonna rearrange some of this.
The tried and true was going anyway.
Ooh.
Yeah, that.
That could be interesting. Okay, let me.
What up, honkin'?
Alright.
I've never seen so many people spell my name right. Like, the whole point of doing a Dr. Dre and lopping the first 2 letters off my name is that no one ever did that.
Yeah, I see the thing was like that's why I started, cause like in voice chats and shit I would give the name Case because both fuck.
Hey, Jen.
Welcome. Cool. Alright. Welcome, Jan. We're talking about names, actually.
Yeet.
So yeah, I was gonna say like I got into the habit of
Hi, Maddie.
See you around, Monty. I got into the habit of giving people the name Case because my username Kakesu was fucking too much for people to spell at the time. And nobody, even if I'm face to face, can spell or pronounce Joran, no matter how many fucking times. And so I got sick of that for a while.
Oh yeah, I'd say we both have the problem where we'll say the name, automatically spell it because nobody ever spells it right, and then they spell it wrong
And
anyway.
they spell it wrong and probably say it wrong, in my case.
Mm-hmm. I get that. I get Jerry all the time, all the time. I don't know if I say my own name fucking weird, but I'll say, "Hi, I'm Jared. Nice to meet you, Jerry."
Yeah, sure.
Every once in a while, like, "Nice to meet you, Gerald."
People get the first vowel in my name wrong. People call me Jaren, and I'm like, where did you get that?
Jaren.
Where did you get that?
People also call me Jaren.
That's... See, that's changing the last sound.
Yeah.
And that's, like, a bit more understandable.
Yeah, D and N are very similar consonants. I have no idea how you go from Joran to Jaren.
Yeah.
But articulately composed. How do you misspell Jared? There is a statistical probability, like by a wide margin, that if you guessed a spelling of Jared, you would be wrong for any given person. Because there's over 70 ways to spell it. I calced it out. If you figure you can use an A or an E in the first vowel, and an A, an E, an I, an A, an E, an I, an O, a U, or a Y as the second vowel. And then you can have 2 R's, 2 D's, or one or the other, or both. Like, there's just a huge number of ways you can spell my name. It's absolutely absurd. But if you say red like the color, people will leave you alone.
Yeah. Yeah, case like the noun usually gets the message across for people, for me at least. So like, it's always like, there's that fucking Dimitri Martin, I used to make fun of that Dimitri Martin joke. I've never met a person with a conditional identity before. Now, the name that I give is like has a lot of factors that go into it, and some of like including how noisy and crowded the room is.
Yes.
And how much time I have.
Yes.
Like, it's stupid.
Yep. I work at a haunted house right now, and there's about 100. Like at the beginning of the night, there's about 120 of us all in one room. Like all the actors get together and we have to do makeup in the same place. We get our costumes from the same place, all that kind of stuff. I'm not trying to explain to every single person that my name is not Jerry or Gerald, Gerard, which in some places is actually pronounced the same as Jared for some reason. Nah. Red like the color. Nice to meet you. Gotta go scare some people.
Yeah, fuck. But I can leave you with this if you want to section out the part that you want to record. I was going to use the bathroom.
Sure.
So, I can leave you as a stream for a little bit.
Seem good. Boom. Put that there. Put this.
Alright.
Alright. This is. Let's get rid of that.
I don't know where my keys were.
If the tried and true was going anywhere. If the tried and true was going anywhere. If the tried and true was going anywhere. If the tried and true was going anywhere.
I'm doing one more. Sorry, folks.
If the tried and true was going anywhere.
Alright, let's take a listen to that. One of these.
Once
Thank you, Pumpkin. I have a fun time with this song. This has been fun. So something about working with Case is I don't know jack shit about producing. So like this is the most hands-on stuff I've done with our DAW. Or you know whatever we're using to record a given song. So I'm having a blast with this shit. But like originally I wrote this on just an acoustic guitar and it was really fun. So I get a kick out of hearing it like this. So I'm back.
You watch the world turn to ash since the day that you were born and took the cinders in your hands to keep them whole.
All right, Case. Tell me what you think.
Okay. I really like that. Did you do a few of them?
I did 4 or 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me pan them. Put 'em Is this just extra roll? After it fades out?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure I can cut. Wait, no.
Thank you. Articulately composed.
Gives it a bit of melancholy. Yeah, it does.
That's what I was going for. Because then it drops off and it just kind of fades out, and then it comes back, and it's a goofy ass pop punk ending again.
Yeah. I like how, like, all of the lines sort of end at different times. I'm gonna push this one back a little bit. I really like that. You want to hear that mix?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
official commentary on like the compositions, because there's a lot of shit that we do that,
Yeah, that we talked about.
yeah, you know, like little things that we do on purpose that, you know, the only other people who are gonna catch it is like musicians specifically trying to analyze shit.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be fun to just be like, you know, do a quick rundown of analyses for those kinds of things, and just like if people want to see that, hey, here's the thinking behind all these weird idiosyncrasies.
Yeah, when I did the High M Case like retrospective stream.
Yeah.
I was basically doing that. I was just like, you know, listening back to him, like fading him up and down, just pointing like, yeah, this is from this thing, this is from this thing. I did this so it would do this thing.
Yeah.
And like I've broken down all the like little quirks about like sleep in like over and over again. But I would love to do that with some of this because we also wanted to do that acoustic version of light pollution.
Yes.
There's a lot we could talk about with light pollution.
There's so much to that song. Like
Yeah.
it's not hard to play,
No.
but there is so much going on.
Yeah.
Had a little accident.
Yeah. This is already coming together. I have like another 2 days to like mix and fuck with this, but like it's not gonna be that much. And you wanted to like pick out some drum fills and stuff and add them.
Yeah. So I'll do that. Tonight's Sunday. I got. Yeah, shit. I'll probably do that tonight if you can upload this to Google Drive.
All right.
And
Even the one that you have already, if you could, like, you could just put all the MIDI stuff, like, in its own track, and then I could just grab it and copy paste it.
Okay.
Because if you have MIDI stuff like in, you know, one of these, it still plays.
Yeah.
But it'll be separate enough that I can just, and then like copy paste it.
Gotcha.
So we can do that. I think it's after 7, so I've been streaming for 2 hours. I think the last thing I might do is just fix the ride drum things, or the ride drum patterns, just so like those just aren't, the kicks aren't all over the place.
Okay.
But that, and then balancing some of the harmonies out is, I think, all that needs to be done.
Okay. Well, since we're getting to about mixing time,
Yeah.
I would like to hear what it sounds like with the guitars acting more to support the bass than the other way around.
So just quieter guitar?
Yeah.
Quieter guitar and like more mids on the bass, basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know, if that turns out to be too much with the vocals, because it might, then we can always, you know, dial things back to a more traditional sound. But I kind of like the idea of having the bass take the role of the lead there.
Yeah. Let's see.
You watch the world turn to ash since the day that you were born, and took the cinders in your hands to keep them warm. There ain't no settling
mixing that, the more that I realized, like, the bass could just kind of, like, the guitars could just become padding for the bass.
Yeah.
Because the bass has, like, it's scooped enough that, like, the parts that it's doing, like, in the highs and lows could easily be filled in by the electric guitars. Like, there's like, you know, if I were to divide the EQ in 4 sections, like, the bass is here and here, the electric guitars are here, and the acoustic guitars are, like, up here. So you get, like, the full, like, you get, like, 4 different, you get the full palette basically filled, and, like, and with the bass being, like, the solid part of that, or the bass being, like, the solid front of that, actually, that makes mixing the guitars a lot easier.
Good. And I feel like that's kind of always been my thing. I always just write bass like I'm leading with it.
Right?
They got mad at me one band for that, but I mean, what you gonna do? I'm having fun.
I feel that. That's like, I mean, I fucking love writing intricate bass lines. And I love the fact that it took you like a couple days to you were just like staring at like the notepad thing, just like trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Hang on. Have it. So I have it on sticky notes.
Yeah.
So I just did one of these.
Here, I just wanna.
So that's the bridge.
I just wanna show the chat. So like when we were gonna record this, Jared just like, without having a backtrack or anything, Jared just sat with this chart writing that bass line, and then practiced it with his eyes closed until coming here today to record it.
I never did get it. I never actually have played it right with my eyes closed. But I play it with my eyes closed a hell of a lot better than I did yesterday. And I did finally nail the hardest fill of this fucking song with my eyes closed this morning at Joey's.
Hell yeah.
Which, by the way, this bass has been at Joey's like 3 or 4 times now.
That's funny.
Joey and I have been friends long enough that he sees it and is like, you know, me with any instrument is like, oh, Jared's got a fucking instrument again.
God.
But that's okay, because I've seen him with enough cars that I'm like, oh, Joey's got a fucking car again.
Yeah.
But it's good, though, because it forces us into a paradigm where we have to try to explain things to people who don't know anything. I don't know anything about cars. Joey, you know, not to speak of. Joey doesn't know anything about music to speak of. But when we talk through these things, explaining it to somebody who doesn't have any of the necessary context, you pull out things you didn't realize before.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, my parents asked, what do Joey and I have in common? And it's like, well, it's more what we don't have in common. We've always had opposite chaos.
That's the
you
thing.
get cohesion.
That's the thing with Chris and I. Whenever Chris and I talk, it's always trying to explain each other's situation to each other.
Yeah, it's a good dynamic.
Yeah. Friendship. God. All right. It's 7:24. Is it? Is it actually? Yeah, it is.
Hey,
This iPad just came on to tell me it was 7:24.
branding.
Yeah. The studio knows. Its stuff just screams at me.
Oh, I'm so excited for this. I can't wait to show my daddy.
Fuck.
Yeah!
Opposite Chaos is my
favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's... Oh my god, Kylie Henke just retweeted, "Are you shitting me, Case?" Oh my god.
Success!
At 7:24, Kylie Henke retweeted. I also got some other good news at 7:24 on the drive to Ninja Sex Party.
Oh?
And that was, I can't say that
Oh.
on stream, but I got some good news at 7:24 last night. It's been one of those. It's been.
When I get up again.
Oh my god. This is stupid. Oh my god. Oh yeah, but what I was gonna say is about Opposite Chaos. There's sort of there's a story behind how we came up with the Green Blues. And it has to do with like sort of like 2 or 3 years of talking about symbolism of colors and archetypes and shit like that. And so I talk about, you know, like the harmonic series, and just like, you know, energies of intervals and like spectrums and shit. And there's chakra, right? And chakra are sort of a, you know, the 1 to 7 system for like, you know, measuring your own body's responses to shit. And so a lot of the times when we think of numbers, especially like with scales, like you get to 7 and then you wrap around. And that tends to be how most things in the universe that we can tell handle shit like this. We were just talking about like numerology and just like the fucking both of our names are in 554 patterns.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
five letter first names, 5 letter middle names, 4 letter last names, and exactly the same cadence.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Da 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 da.
yeah. You know, we were talking about like these similarities and like how things come apart. And we were doing we looked up like numerology for our birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
And yours worked out to 4 and mine worked out to 5. And like that so, you know, and in talking about like all of this symbolism, a lot of the ways that we had talked spiritually and like just metaphysically, when we were looking into this shit, we sort of realized like, oh yeah, that's really fitting. Like the 5th chakra is all about this one thing, the 4th chakra is all about this one thing. And the more that we talked about it, the more it was just like, oh huh, we just kind of grew into these archetypes.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think that works really well with us because, like, musically, a 4th and a 5th are like not halves of an octave, but complementary parts of an octave. So if you
Yeah.
have your root and you go up by a 4th, the space between the 4th and the octave is a 5th. If you have your root and you go up by a 5th, then you go up to the octave, the space between the 5th and the octave is a 4th. So they're well balanced counterparts.
Yeah, and the reason that the Green Blues comes out of that is that the 5th chakra is sort of cyanish, and the heart chakra is usually pictured as green to cyanish. And so the idea of like both of these are sort of depicted as being a greenish blue, but one of them is definitely more green and one of them is definitely more blue. We just came up with the name the Green Blues after a bit. There's a few more entendres in there about you know, being sad in the absence of green, and different things that green can mean. That rhymed. But so yeah, that's where our heads are at. I'm just sitting here scrolling through chakra shit.
Fuck yeah.
But that's super cool. It just clicks. Yeah, there have been a lot of things in this past couple years that just click.
Yeah.
My peace. Hey, I've had enough They say okay. Green is a fun color because it can mean so many very separate things.
Yeah, but I'm only interested in like 3 of them, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm worried about like one of them. Interested in about 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Could you pass me my tea really quick?
Absolutely not.
Oh damn. Thank you.
Haha! I have fooled you.
Also, if you go to ks.dog/merch, you can get a Moonsicle travel mug.
Do it.
Do it. I need to get me a talk box.
That's really cool.
Like that, I've been thinking about getting a talk box for a while because it's one of those things that like I really like picking up new instruments and new experiences, like picking up new different ways to like mess with sound. And what I like about and I'm really about languages and harmonics and like concept, like it would be the idea of just only controlling consonants and having something else do all of the voice sound for you is really it's like a backwards vocoder. I fuck with vocoders all the time. If you don't know what a talk box is, if you ever see people playing guitar and they have like a little straw thing in their mouth and going wow 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 with it like that fucking Bon Jovi song.
Yeah.
That fucking
Shout through. No, is it shout through the hood?
no, it's
Living on a Prayer.
Tina works at diner all day, working for a man. She brings home her pay for love. The fucking halfway there, living on a prayer.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah.
That one Bon Jovi song.
Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer.
Okay, but yeah, the talk box. So the way that works is, imagine you're playing a guitar through an amp, and if you've ever been to a concert and you hear like a guitar just blasting you with sound, imagine you're taking that sound, that feed of sound, and sending it through a straw, through a straw, straight aimed at the back of your throat to bounce off and like make so you have, instead of projecting voice into your mouth with your throat, you're just having a straw do it, and then you're shaping what you're saying. That's fascinating to me. I want to use that for like there's ideas I have with that, but I'm just kind of interested in the concept right now. Torp has one, right? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah. That's why I started thinking about him recently.
Yeah.
They did fuck, there was a song that they covered. Oh fuck, what was the song that Torp covered?
Take on.
I really wanted them to do Take On Me. They didn't do Take On Me.
Okay.
Oh fuck. Man, it was some 80s song. I don't know. They also did with Ninja Sex Party they did Rocket Man, and they did You Spin Me Round.
Wild.
Yeah. And they did We Built This City on Rock and Roll as the encore.
Excuse me.
It's
That's
really-
dope though.
Really cool and will work with your style. Yeah, I should do an album of just Talkbox. That's what Buzzified. That's what Buzzified could be. That'd be the perfect substrate for that. Imagine rapping through a Talkbox. Oh Jesus.
Oh my God.
Oh man, missed opportunity. That show is really fucking good though. That show is really good. And they had a screen behind them doing like custom animations for all this shit too. Like they even did it. There was a new animation for Dinosaur Laser Fight. They did it acoustically. They did Dinosaur Laser Fight. They wheeled out a grand piano. Had Ninja Brian sit behind the piano and did fucking Dinosaur Laser Fight. Like all fucking heartfelt. Oh yeah, hell yeah. It's a goddamn dinosaur laser fight. It was fucking surreal. I don't know who I think I've heard of the Super Guitar Bros. They just do like, crazy plinky guitar stuff. They came on to help them play Rocket Man. Especially if Starbomb is gonna be there. So Aaron Hansen would be the only difference. Like the only difference between that show and a Starbomb show is if Aaron Hansen showed up and did his rap verses or whatever. But the backing band's the same. Danny Sexbang is a really good vocalist live. He's not like, I don't know what the fuck. He's just got one of those voices that's just like smooth.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
See, I always kind of wished I had a smooth voice, but my voice has never really been smooth, so I just had to
Yeah.
like lean into the fry.
Same. That's That's been my whole thing. I don't know, like that's the thing is I remember, when I was a kid, hearing like parents and family members, like none of us have like smooth tone voices. There's always some like rasp or fucking something. And I just kind of, I grew up with that and then leaned into it when I started singing thrash shit. And then leaned into it more when I realized like it works well for pop and pop punk. If I like push it. Well, not push it, but control it, tame it. And now I just fucking, I'm using head voice more and more, and that's just sort of getting me around that gap. I'm just chilling now. Now it's part of the brand. Yeah,
Excuse me.
that's how you do it. Gesundheit.
Dankeschön. I sneezed the other day and somebody said that to me, Gesundheit, and it was, a customer at the haunted house. I said,
Yeah.
Dankeschön. And then I said, Ich weiß, wo du wohnst und ich weiß, du bist allein. And he looked at me, and I said, Sprechen Sie Deutsch? He says, Nein. And I was like, damn, that creepy thing to say was wasted on this guy who didn't speak German.
After he said 9, you should have said 10. Get the fuck out. What did you say in German? Was that a line from Rammstein, or what was that?
That was a line from Böse Uncles, which is like mean uncles, creepy
Oh,
uncles.
okay.
Ich weiß, wo du wohnst und ich weiß, du bist allein. I know where you live and I know you're alone.
Oh, jeez.
But it's from the stanza is Ich krieg dir 1000 Liebesbriefe, ich will an deiner Seite sein. Ich weiß, wo du wohnst und ich weiß, du bist allein. Which is like, I wrote you 1,000 love letters. I want to be by your side. I know where you live and I know you're alone.
Creepy.
Creepy. It's a creepy song. It's upbeat pop punk. Oh, sorry.
Someone just said, does it ever hurt your throat to sing raspy? Not really. Sometimes if I'm leaning into, like sometimes if I'm hitting like high notes and doing something that's, otherwise like stressful and I'm trying to push more rasp than is already there, it can wear me down over the course of a night, and that happens on stream to stream sometimes. But there's a vocal range that I have that's pretty comfortable, and I just kind of sound the way I do, and it's just kind of genetic. I don't know. I don't want to get too much into what people are locked into because of genetics, but I'm sort of a weird mix. And it comes out, I guess. Jesus, wow. I think that was at the German.
Gotcha. For my part, like, my voice is already not super smooth. So, like, singing for too long can hurt, but it's not because of the raspiness. The raspiness just happens for me. But on that note, like, when you hear metal vocalists scream, they're not
They're
screaming.
very quiet.
It's a quiet thing. You can go from a clean tone, if you're doing it right, you can go from a clean tone to a scream at the same volume and with a actually, you know what? I know how to do that. Fuck it. So I'm gonna start. Yeah. What is your range? It always sounds crazy huge. It is crazy huge.
Are you talking to me?
I think so.
Fuck. What? Oh man, I used to know this by the note. But it's probably changed. I think it's D2 to G5. I want to say. That's what I remember.
That's wide. That's wide.
Cause where's that?
Like,
Where's the drop? Or wait, is the bass and drop D?
yeah.
I just want to hear. If I can match the D on this, that's D2. Wait. Like, I could probably hit. Oh. Okay, so D flat definitely. Oh. But as far as high notes go, I would have to just start belting.
Yeah.
I'm not. I would have to like belt with a keyboard in front of me to like fucking compare. But it's G, because I remember there's that fucking note in Saturday Night that Brennan Urie hits that's just out of my range, and
Yeah.
I've hit it once and I don't count it as being part of my range.
Because if you can't do it, if you can't repeat it, it's not there.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that was like an A5 or a G5. So it's around there. You're simultaneously a bass and a mezzo soprano. But comfortably, I would say about. Wait. Comfortably about G.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, you can practice and expand your range. I think I'm an okay singer now, but like I used to not be able to sing for shit. And in the span of the time that I've been like trying to be less pitchy, I've also like my range has gone from like this to like this. I used to not be able to do falsetto stuff at all. Like I had no head voice, I had no ability to go falsetto. But now I'm Mickey Mouse! Woo! Yeah! So I mean, yeah, if you just practice, you'll get there.
Yeah, if you listen to like some of my old stuff on So Far, there's like notes that I was like trying really hard to hit, that are like if you listen if you go through like if you listen to like So Far and then listen to Crow's Eyed and listen to the notes that are like easy and hard for me to hit, like on from like album to album, like you can hear that like just from practicing, things have gotten easier for me. I think it's, and another thing is that people are really used to speaking and being comfortable in a certain register, right? But people's vocal ranges are usually a lot wider than what they're comfortable using. So, like you can change your, like people are usually strongest around their central speaking tone. But if you know how to get into other registers, you can strengthen them and strengthen the muscle memory, and the muscles themselves, to just doing that more automatically. And so, 3 years ago, I wasn't just like, hitting space and going, ah! But like, I do that to fuck around now. I couldn't do that before. And that's comfortable for me.
I can do that, but you have a strong voice when you do that. Like that sounded like mixed voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. I have no mixed voice.
Yeah,
I
mixed voice
have
is
to do
really
that in
fucking
voice.
hard.
Yeah.
That's probably the hardest register, like, to get, is there's sort of a boundary, sort of the asteroid belt of navigating pitches, where, there's...
Passaggio.
Yeah, there's the really, like, bright and airy, like, falsetto that's sort of pretty easy and effortless to do, and then there's chest voice that, once you get up to a certain point, is really fucking hard. And so there's sort of a gap where you have to stop using chest voice, start using your diaphragm again, plus like parts of your falsetto, and the way that all of those resonances even out sounds like a continuation of the chest voice, even though that's an illusion. How do you get in the mix? You kind of just have to like practice sliding into it. And it's hard. You're gonna hear like a lot of shake in your voice when you first start doing it. And I'm not like, warmed up totally to do that, but
Right. Sitting here without a drink or to speak of for an extended period of time will do that to you.
yeah.
But I think it's interesting because there's that you have a passaggio like between your chest voice and your head voice. You have this area where you have to learn how to slide, and I can't do that. If I go, there's a break.
Yeah.
A similar continuum exists between clean vocals and screaming.
Yeah.
It's the same type of thing. You have to build that space between speaking and screaming, and only in the last year have I been able to just
Helps with working in a haunted house too, probably.
oh yeah, dude. Because I didn't realize it, but that's just the Beetlejuice voice, like a scream, like that's what Beetlejuice fucking does, and it works because metal screams are quiet.
When I started using more head voice, then I realized like I can just kind of do the AC/DC voice. That shit gets fun to do. It's like when I'm down here alone, just like rehearsing shit.
Oh yeah. Marty, so when you're talking about like your vocal ranges, you have your chest voice, which are like the notes that you can easily project from your chest.
Yeah.
And then there's like your head voice, which is like falsetto. Mixed voice is this kind of vocal range in between where you have the power of your chest voice, but the pitch of your head voice. And it's really difficult to do. Mm-hmm. So, if I try to go from chest voice to head voice, there's a big break in between.
And you can hear where it snaps. Yeah, you can hear that little...
If I had any kind of mixed voice, that wouldn't be there.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's one of those things. It's definitely like when vocalists warm up, it's to clear the muscles to be able to do that kind of like navigating. But another thing to think of is kind of like how horns work, where the valves change your fundamental frequency, but what you're playing into when you play a horn is up the harmonic series, right?
Yeah.
So like the voice is kind of similar to that, and when I rehearse or warm up, I'll actually do the I can't fucking, I just lost my because when you look for those, the physicality of where those notes are bouncing off and projecting off your vocal cords are more have a cleaner ratio with each other, and that ended up being how I figured out how to just cleanly slide from mixed voice to head voice, is because I could find where the nodes of like pitch were, basically.
Hell yeah.
Trying to do it, and I can actually kind of hit it without big breaks because I feel what the break is. Yeah, and that's the thing, is a lot of people can feel where the break is. It also depends on just like what your range is to start with. If you have a lower range to start with, it's a lot harder to build up a mixed voice, because the top end of your chest voice it's going to be harder to get it that high in the first place.
Yeah. Well, I think it's interesting what you were saying about the harmonic series. You hit those harmonic nodes, and then you use your mouth and kind of shape the sounds. That's how metal vocalists do it. I mean, they just do that hard. You have like 3 or 4 pitches you might scream at, and then you can use your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Just like, that comes
singing.
That comes into metal so much.
Okay. Yeah, if you, that's another thing is the shape of your mouth and making overtones with it. There's a old Melissa Cross thing where she'd have people put a pencil in their mouths,
Oh yeah.
and then have them E and have them E over and under the pencil. So E. And the vowel is the same, but the way that you're projecting it through your mouth is different. E. And like that's just one of those really finite things that you need to get down. That's the thing about being a vocalist is there's always more little quirks that you're learning how to control in your voice. It's like you get a good sense of how to hit pitches, and then there's this other level of like, you know, how you might go of pitches, how you start notes, how you shape the, you know, the things to make sure. And like that's the thing is if you sing in a song that has a lot of bright tones and you push those higher like harmonic qualities, it doesn't sound good. If you know you got to know where to put your voice like in comparison to the of what you're working with too. Vocals are like such an interesting. They're so. It's a huge fucking endless playground of like sound. That's the thing is I wanna learn like how much of that I can fucking do with the talk box too.
Absolutely.
What were you gonna say?
I want to do an album of just all over the place random bullshit and have at least one song where I get to scream like a maniac. Because I do it all the time, I might as well make music with it.
We gotta do we gotta do a metal EP after this.
Yeah!
Have some opportunities to do that.
Yeah!
Cause I've been thinking, God, since I've been writing lyrics in Anglic now, that would be fun. That would be fun to do. Like, cause we've been talking about bringing back like a rock opera and doing it in Anglic.
Do fucking Acrux.
Yes.
Let's do
Yes.
Acrux. Let's do Acrux in Anglic, and I'll scream whatever you need me to. I'm getting fucking like my voice is really dry, so I can't like do it right now. But I'm getting good at There's this particular kind of low growl that like you force your voice so far down it projects a high overtone.
Yeah.
Like I know you know what I'm talking about. I
Yeah.
don't know the name of that technique, but I've gotten to that point now. I can do that now, and I love it. It's fun.
When we did Fuck Nazis, you were doing like lower screams for part of that, and I was doing the fucking Marge Simpson but harsher technique. That's another thing.
Talk like Marge Simpson. Then take out the tone in your voice.
I'm very bad at this.
Ah! Ah!
And like you can start to like diminish that until it's just noise, right?
Yep. And that's basically what it is like there's a whole lot of shit that your voice does when you sing a note, and screaming in metal is taking the note out of that and making the rest loud.
Yeah, and usually when you hear metal screaming over guitars and stuff, what you're hearing is the guitar will be playing a chord and the vocalist will be doing ha into the pitch of that chord, and because you don't hear it, you just hear the ha around it.
Yep.
So there's tricks.
Yep.
There's tricks to that.
But one of my favorite songs to practice metal vocals to is Confession by Dirge Within, because he has such good pitch control while screaming. There's a whole fucking melody there and he doesn't sing a note. But you could sing it. You could sing if you wanted to. Now the smoke is clearing, I can see what I become. A mere shadow of my innocence. You know.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. Now the smoke is clearing, I can see what I become. Amethyst Leaf.
Yes! Ha!
Woo!
The thing that's been keeping me going, and I'm learning French for a future creative thing. It's not very far off, and so I'm just hammering French. And the thing that's been keeping me, thank you for subscribing. Is that Acriel? Thank you, Acriel, for subscribing. The thing that's been keeping me going is there's these leaderboards on Duolingo, and I've been slowly advancing through the tiers. There's bronze, silver, gold, and then sapphire, ruby, and emerald. I just got into fucking Amethyst, and there's another 3 leagues after this one, and I'm gonna be so fucking fluent in French by the end of this year. I've been doing this and Pimsleur every morning.
What do you think of Pimsleur?
Pimsleur is one tool, and it is really useful for accent and getting down the rhythm of a language. Like, there's the bare, like, below the meaning of something, and I was talking to Haley about this earlier. Beneath the meaning of something, there is, like, so much of communication is gesture and tone. Like, a lot of time... A lot of time when we're just sitting around and it's late, I'll say a sentence that is not in any fucking grammatical order, but you'll understand it and we'll like just continue with the conversation because the point gets across.
Yeah.
Because of context and because of the way that you like react to it. And so like the thing with Pimsleur is there will be a lot of like conversations back and forth where you'll hear a phrase that you know, like a question that you know, and then you hear the response in a tone of like, oh yeah, or oh no, like, you know, you hear a response in the tone of that, and you understand it before your brain processes the words.
Right.
And when you get to that point, it's like you have an understanding, and then that's there before the words come through, and then it clicks. Pimsleur allows like a lot of opportunities for that sort of thing to happen, and so I like it. I think. And also just practicing the accent. They are very specific with like, they'll have you repeat things from the end of a word. So in like the first lesson of Pimsleur, they teach you I know a little French, and a little French is un peu le français, and the way that they teach that to you is c'est français, le français, peu le français, un peu le français. And so they build it from the coda.
The end. Okay.
Yeah. Which, honestly, the way that you interpret like rhythm in languages makes more sense because you're trying to land somewhere when you speak.
Yeah.
And so like when you know where you're landing and then you know the steps that lead up to it, it gets a bit easier to like chain those things together.
That seems really useful. Stephanie has the Rosetta Stone app on her phone because she got it for free from school, and I have used it, and it is bad. Like, I've used Duolingo, I've used Memrise, and I fucked with Pimsleur like once for a minute. I have no usable experience with it,
Right.
but I have like interfaced with it once. Duolingo or Memrise, either one of them on their own would be preferable to
Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone, because Rosetta Stone is like a watered down version of, you know, either one.
Yeah.
And then there's another one, like I think it's Babbel. Babbel is okay, but I feel like where Duolingo has a lot of emphasis on sentence structure and Memrise has a lot of emphasis on vocabulary and usage of vocabulary,
Yeah.
Babbel kind of tries to do both and doesn't do either one as well.
Right. Right. Like, I got Rosetta Stone. I can't remember the language I got with it. I think I got fucking Japanese and Latin. And I just remember, like... And at this point, I'd been, you know, studying Japanese on and off for, like, 5 years. And I got into it. And it's just the way that they word things is really, like, Anglo-centric. Like, really English-centric.
Yeah.
And the phrases that they'll tell you are really cookie-cutter English-centric. When, and it sounds almost like kind of Google Translate word for word in some of them. And like, you know, I was reading some of the Japanese and they're telling me like, you know, this phrase means this thing. And I'm like, that's not how you fucking would use that in a sense. Like, I've never encountered the way that they were trying to teach me how some of the vocab worked. And so, I don't know. I feel like Rosetta Stone, it's also sort of like any version that you get is sort of antiquated compared to like Duolingo updates all the time. Yeah, I've heard Rosetta Stone is real bad. Yeah. Michael Phelps swears by Rosetta Stone, but you know, he smokes weed, so who cares?
fucking
capitalism
weed
satire.
Those fucking weed heads.
Yeah, those fucking. there's a. That's that weird fucking thing to me is like That's another thing, like Elon Musk. It's fucking nuts. Like he went on like an LSD tweeting binge that one time, and everyone heard about it, and fucking I don't know who the fuck was over at his house, but some oh god, it was like Azalea Banks was like over at his house and tweeting like, I don't know why Azalea Banks was over at Elon Musk's house, but like was saying like, yeah, no, Elon Musk, he's just here on acid, he's going nuts, he's tweeting, and like that happened. There was that whole thing about like how he wanted to save the kids from that cave, and then when someone did it first, he called them a pedophile, because he's just that fucking petty. Also, he's like 40-something, and he just like fucking posts dumb memes on Twitter. But the thing that got his shareholders to like step back from his company was he smoked weed once on Joe Rogan. And it's like, fucking really? After all of the dumb shit that this guy has done? That's what gets you pulling out of fucking... I mean, I don't get it. I don't get people's priorities. Elon Musk annoys me at this point. Yeah, he's Elon Musk is he's funny, but I resent that the reality we live in is one where all of these fucking rich, serious people are
Idiots.
I gotta use the potty.
All right. I'm just chilling. What time is it? 8:02. I've been streaming for 3 hours now. Talking big game about getting us to Mars. He acts like a fool. I don't know. I feel like Elon Musk realizes that we are not getting to Mars in his lifetime the way that everything's going. I was just gonna message you, Haley. Yeah, we're still here. Jared's also here. He just left for a second. Talked to my dad for 2 whole hours. Shit. We've just been here chatting. We got this whole thing recorded. Now we're just talking about shit. Don't move. See. Alright, I feel like I could, for the first, like, bar of this. You know it isn't right. Other people's fun. Eating soup. Mini tacos, like those little like oven baked mini taco things, with like a little ground meat that's just sort of stuck to the shell. Even though it isn't right, that
Other people's problems became your plight. Isn't right. Other people's problems became your plight. Made to learn the rules when you ain't one for playing games. Okay. Do it.
sort on hand?
What'd you say?
Do we have a mop or anything of the sort on hand?
What happened?
The toilet just kind of like overflowed and it went down. I didn't like put an excess of material in it, but like it went up and over and then went down.
Okay.
You didn't help create, even though it keeps you up at night. There isn't anything to do but stay and fight. You keep on reading messes you weren't even there to make. You never wanted all of this, but it's long since been here. Well before a lot of us existed. So I'm telling you, we are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. The way things are is not the way they have to be. You can eat disaster and devour, going anywhere, or you wouldn't still be there. The way things are is not the way they have to be. You can eat disaster and devour fallacies. If you can just ignore the awful aftertaste it leaves, there'll be nothing left but the fruits of life to eat. Well, you never wanted all of this, but it's long since been here. Well before the lot of us existed. So I'm telling you, we are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. The tried and true ain't going anywhere. If the tried and true was going you wouldn't still be there.
Cool. All right. There's a couple more drum things here. Oh. We do want to do a strum and mumble, like at least an acoustic performance of this on the roof of the theater. Either before it gets too cold or if it gets warmer. We have some music video ideas. We did here and now over 2 days in like fucking 30-degree weather. So I mean, like we could do it. I've been going out running in 30-degree weather. I found out like when it says 38 on my phone, it's wrong. Wind chill's 30. Like breeze is fucking 30 degrees. Stay safe. Stay safe, Mer. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. My bad.
That's fine. I got more drum kick stuff lined up.
Ooh, nice.
Specifically on like the "We Are Not Beholden to" and then the pre-choruses. You want to hear the kicks on the bridge? It's just all on the vocals again, mostly.
You never wanted
So I have different. Basically, the more that it. Like the further it is into the song, the more the kick follows the vocals on it. What I usually try to keep it to is if it's really what's going on is getting simpler, I'll just open the first bar to it. But then as it goes on, it does more. Let's see. Yeah. I can do a little more work on that, but
That's dope.
yeah, and if you want to do more fills and stuff, that can also happen.
There is one more. There's one more vocal harmony.
Okay. Do you want to do it?
Yeah. I want to run it by you first. Yeah, it's just a follow up to the one that I talked about the other day. You never wanted all of this, but it's long since been here. Well before the lot of us existed.
I didn't record that.
Huh?
I didn't record that yet.
Okay. So yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
And then after that I want to do like during the existed I want to do like a reach. For the lot of us existed.
If you want to try doing it,
Yeah.
okay, you can bring that up.
About you?
Yeah. And then,
Jiggity jiggity check.
I'm just gonna start you in on it.
All right.
So I'll give you the full, yeah, is it the second chorus?
Sure.
All right, ready?
Yep.
You never wanted all of this, but it's long since been here. Well before the lot of us existed.
That's what you're going for. Okay, ready?
You never wanted all of this, but it's long since been here. Well before the lot of us existed.
One more?
Yeah.
Or a couple more.
You never wanted all of this, but it's long since been here. Well before the lot of us existed.
That was better.
Yeah.
You never wanted all of this, but it's long since been here. Well before the lot of us existed.
That's like right. That's like right about where I would break for falsetto.
You want me to try to do it?
Sure.
Okay. hard.
You never wanted all of this. It's long since been here. Before the lot of us existed.
Almost.
You never wanted all of this. It's long since been here. Before the lot of us existed.
Almost had it.
You never wanted all of this. It's long since been here. Before the lot of us existed.
Why is it so hard?
You never wanted all of this. It's long since been here. Before the lot of us existed.
Okay.
You never wanted all of this. It's long since been here. Before the lot of us existed.
That was good.
Crack, but-
You never wanted all of this. It's long since been here. Before the lot of us existed.
Alright, let's move that here. It's there.
What do you think?
It's pretty good. The beginning sort of bleeds into it a bit, like the downward descent is a bit too low to cut through, but I could mix that differently.
That's
Fine.
fine.
But yeah, that one part where it goes. Alright.
glorious.
Alright. If you got it, and then I
Beauteous.
can copy paste that, and yeah, shit. There's so much here. Even if I don't end up using like all these harmonies, a lot of those standout ones are definitely gonna be there.
Please use them.
Yeah.
If at all possible. I like having that dense fucking sound palette for every line.
I like that.
And I like that the lead vocals are in the middle. I like that there's stuff under it.
I want to be able to be a little restrained with cutting them in and out because of just dynamics. And it's really like I want to be able to like punch some of the lines harder. Like that a lot of us existed. Like that does it itself. But that does it itself. But it's like it's that kind of shit. It's that kind of like the characteristic harmonies are the ones that I want to like keep and have punch out.
I feel that.
Taller mountains will absolutely mess with weather because weather's jet streams. Oh yeah. Yeah, living in the mountains would be is probably hell.
I think it's interesting they're talking about Pikes Peak messing up the weather in that area. We live in Pikes Creek and we get the weird weather in the area.
Yeah. Yeah, Kenosha means Pike Creek. And Pike Peak. Pikes Peak. So like are there also pike there? Is there like a river? Do the fish climb the mountain? Or was it like some motherfucker named Pike who just like this is my mountain. I want to know.
still be there.
Yes.
No, bitch. God. Man. You know what the most unfortunate thing to have named after you is?
Meth.
I don't think meth is named after anybody.
Oh.
I was gonna say like a disease no one's had that can't be cured.
Yeah.
That's the most unfortunate. I do not envy Lou Gehrig.
Mm-mm.
I do not envy Henrietta Lacks either.
Nope. Zebulon Pike.
The Tibagosh. The band of Ute people who called the Pikes Peak region their home were the Tibagosh, meaning the people of the Sun Mountain. Tabba, or sun, is the Ute word that was given by these first people. Ute. Yeah, so Kenosha is actually the native word for the area. We didn't rename it. They tried. The people tried for a bit. It was Southport for a bit, and then the settlements in Pike Creek merged with the settlements in Southport, and then they just sort of decided like this place has been called Kenosha longer.
Can we hear this on the speaker?
Yeah.
Dope.
All right.
I get such a kick out of this. You know, for so long, it was like I would end up in rock bands that.
Okay. Sorry.
No
What were you
worries.
saying?
For so long, I was in rock bands that like didn't give me any room to compose, and none of the stuff I composed myself like mattered or came to fruition in any kind of sense. But now that my shit is, you know, like you're helping me record and you're getting this shit out there, and people like it, and people have a way more overwhelmingly positive response to this than any of the other shit I've ever been involved in, where I couldn't, you know, really have any say to speak of other than what I was doing to the things people had already written.
Right, yeah. I love this kind of like. That's what I like about Logic is just like a sandbox for this kind of stuff, because you can write and keep just going at stuff, and like you can compose like even when you're nearly done, you know. That's how I felt with Light Rays. Yeah, that beat was really fucking good. You like destroyed me for 3 days. Alright. Alright, let's see if this comes through.
still be there.
Good.
Damn. This is a song.
Yeah. How long ago did we start recording this? Like 3 days ago? 4 to 5? A week?
About a week ago.
Week ago.
About a week ago.
Week ago.
Sorry to bring that back from 4 years ago.
About 4 years ago. Alright, I gotta get heading out though.
Yeah, I do too. So
Thanks for watching and listening, y'all.
yeah, thanks for stopping by the stream. I'm gonna cut this off so I can pack up, go upstairs, and if Haley has more soup, possibly eat some fucking soup. But as always, have a good week. I will see you guys Wednesday, and this song will probably be out Tuesday. So
Dope.
keep a lookout for that shit.
Alright.
But thank you all for coming. As always, good luck out there. Keep climbing. Do not ever look down. See you around.